Good morning. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. I wanted to read to you guys the next chapter in our Flat Stanley book, Chapter 5. Why me? Stanley had looked sad all evening, Arthur thought. At bedtime, they lay waiting for Mr. and Mrs. Lambchop to come say goodnight. He wondered how to cheer his brother up. It was raining hard, and he remembered suddenly the rainy evening that Stanley had snacked on raisins, and by morning had become invisible. Ooh. A little known consequence Dr. Dan had explained of eating fruit during bad weather. "Hear the rain, Stanley?" he said. "Better not eat any fruit." "Ha, ha, ha," Stanley sounded cross. "Just leave me alone, okay?" "Stanley's in a terrible mood," Arthur told Mr. and Mrs. Lambchop when they came in. "He won't even talk to me." "What's wrong, my boy?" Mr. Lambchop asked. "Nothing." Stanley put his pillow over his head. "If my picture was in the newspaper practically every day, I'd be happy," Arthur said. "I mean, why?" Mrs. Lambchop hushed him. "Stanley, dear, what's troubling you?" "Oh, nothing, nothing," Stanley said from under the pillow and sat up. "But why me? Why am I always getting flat or invisible or something? Why can't it just be someone else?" "I wouldn't mind it, actually," Arthur said. "Just for a while. Hush, Arthur!" Mrs. Lambchop put on the overhead light, lit a corner lamp, and sat by Stanley on his bed. Mr. Lambchop sat with Arthur. The gentle patter of the rain against the windows, the glow of the little lamp, made the bedroom cozy indeed. "I do see what you mean, Stanley," Mr. Lambchop said at last. "Why do these things happen to you? Your mother and I don't know the answer either, but things often happen without there seeming to be a reason. And then something else happens, and suddenly the first thing seems to have had a purpose after all." "Well put, George." Mrs. Lambchop squeezed Stanley's hand. "What we do know, Stanley dear, is that we're very proud of you and love you very much, and we understand about the flatness and all the other unexpected happenings now, and how upsetting it must be." "It sure is," said Stanley. "How would you like never knowing whenever you might get flat or invisible? Maybe someday I'll wake up 10 feet tall, or 1 inch short, or with green hair, or a tail, or something." "I know," Mrs. Lambchop said softly, and Mr. Lambchop came and patted Stanley's shoulder. Then they kissed both boys, switched off the lamp, and went out. Arthur spoke into the darkened room. "Stanley, I'm trying to sleep," said Stanley. "What?" "Oh, I was just thinking," Arthur said. "If you got invisible and then you got flat, how would they know? Huh?" "I don't," Stanley asked. "Oh, I get it. About the flatness. Good one, Arthur." Arthur laughed too. "Quiet, please," said Stanley. "I'm trying to sleep." "Okay," Arthur said, but he chuckled several times before he fell fast asleep. All right, I'll see you back here tomorrow to read Chapter 6, Emma. Have a great day.